each and every one of you this evening for this gratitude dinner, the day 3 of commemorating, celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Mandir provision, the moving over ceremony of their lordships, Sri Paramakaranitai Gaurachandra, to the temple here 10 years ago. Actually, today was the exact day that the Mandir provision ceremony was performed, 8th of June 2016. And I'm sure those of you who have been here over the last 2 days had a very great, very wonderful experience. Is that so? Is that true? Yes or no?
An increase of devotion in the heart.
Or we say an increase of bhakti, of devotion in the heart. So this evening the program is very simple, very beautiful. Already we have had wonderful kirtan, arti, and we'll be continuing with some brief presentations by a few of the devotees. And I would like to humbly invite His Grace Prabhupada to please come forward and share some opening thoughts, opening remarks with us this evening. After which we'd like to be hearing from His Grace Shantavigra Prabhu and a few others. We also have with us this evening once again our the Anand Chaitanya Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Over to Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Shri Shri Paramakaranitai Gaurachandra ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, Om Gayana Tamanandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya, Chakshirunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutali Sayam Rupa Karamaya Dharati Swaparantika. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jarapati Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Panchakalpatarubhisya Kripa Sindhu Vairacha Paritanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. All of us together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, thank each and every one of you to be here. Welcome, along with Sachi Sudha Prabhu. Welcome to each and every one of you. You know, it is Monday, first working day for the week, and many of you, of course, were here Saturday, yesterday, and then again today. So therefore, we were contemplating when we were conceiving the idea of this session, should we do the yagya today, or what would have happened? So then we came up with the idea that kirtan on Saturday with Gaura Katha, and then do the yagya, the havan on Sunday morning, which would be more convenient. And then what to do on Monday, and then do a dinner. Do a dinner for everyone, and Sachi Sudha Prabhu said, gratitude dinner. 10 years of gratitude, serving their lordships in their new home, their new dwelling quarter, you may say. I don't know if any one of these pictures will flash to show you what was their abode before. For 5, let's say, for 3 years that they were here, they had a little space, like maybe if I exaggerate it, it will be from this mala here to this one. If I exaggerate it would have been of the same height and the same dimension, the same measurement. And even when they would have moved from here to make way, you may say, for the constructions to begin in 2011, and they moved to lot 30, they even had a smaller room, smaller space, which we would have called the altar area. And even the Pujari room, which we say Pujari room, where they washed all the arti paraphernalia and after tray and everything, was even much smaller. Like hardly 2 persons could have fit in there. So their lordships would have agreed to come and give their benediction to us under those circumstances in 2008 year end, they would have departed Sridham Airport, India, on flight, not by ship. You had to either freight them, you lift them, bring them here, reach in time for mid-January, and the 25th of January 2009, they would have installed. And immediately they went out on Padayatra, 7 days Padayatra on the East Coast here. 7 days Padayatra, back-to-back Ratayatra, 2011. 2010, they went out with Lord Jagannath on Ratayatra, Srila Prabhupada, Paramkarnanitai Gaurachandra, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. And like that, year after year, they went out. And they brought so many devotees, especially 2009 to 2013. They brought many devotees. They went on many Padayatra, almost all the villages, even central Georgetown, Regent Street, America Street, Water Street, Avenue of the Republic, all the market area, like that. So we would say that they are the festival lord, the traveling lords. They are not the lords that just reside in the temple and everyone had to come and just see them and take their darshan here. No, they went out and give their darshans. And therefore, we say that, lovingly say, I don't know if anyone will take it as our offense, we lovingly say, these two boys are very special. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra. Parama Karuna Pahu Durjana Nitai Gaurachandra. They are very merciful. Parama Karuna, topmost benediction, topmost mercy that they are giving. Especially for myself, when I examine myself, endeavoring to bring them here, and since they would have arrived, they would have transformed everything in my life. Everything in my life, you can say my life means my family, that we were probably already sold out before, or we became even more sold out in doing whatever it would have meant, or whatever it would have took to construct, we took vow that we want to see them being worshipped in a most beautiful setting, in a most wonderful way, that everyone can also come and feel comfortable to serve them, to worship them, to receive their blessings, to do kirtan in their presence, to give contribution, to carry on their services, and like that, take part, which have been going on for the last 10 years. So the first 10 years since we opened the temple, the official ceremony, of course, was in July 2016, which next month will be the 5 days, a replica of the 5 days festivity we had then. That was, let's say, the official setting. This Mandir Pravesham, which we call the moving over ceremony, when we brought the Lord and we performed the Abhishek, installed the chakra, installed the flag with Hanuman on top, and when all the pujas would have performed and installed Srila Prabhupada Murti also. So it's 10th anniversary also this year for Srila Prabhupada Murti. Before that we had the picture. So all this would have happened, that we start to desire intently that we want to worship the Lordship on a much more not so austere situation as they were in before. We want to put them in a beautiful home and that everyone can come and get the opportunity to render service also. So in this way, in honoring and offering gratitude to their Lordships and the opportunity that they present to us, it's their mercy, we are only instrument. It's by their blessings that this beautiful temple came up, and that all of us are having this wonderful opportunity to be a part of. So thank you all very much. Thank you for your services over the years. We look forward that as we enter in the second 10 years for the project here, since the new temple would have opened, that we can all develop some models, some plans, and some goals that we will want to achieve in serving your lordships for the next 10 years. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna, thank you Prabhupada for briefly highlighting to us and recapping a little on the history of the lordships and how fortunate we are to be connected to them in this community and to have been receiving their mercy ever since they have come to this land, to come here to Georgetown, Gayana. I would now like to invite His Shanta Vigna Prabhu, after which we'll hear some few remarks from our dear Prabhu. So Shanta Vigna Prabhu has, back in 2016, he was one of the priests. Fortunately, we are happy to have him here also this time around to be one of the assistant priests for the ceremonies. And these pictures also have a lot of connections with him. That's over to Shanta.
Hare Krishna, Pancha Kalpatru, Ashra, Vasudhu, Puricha, Patitaram, Paramahantu, Vaishnavu, we wanted to do a ceremony yesterday, so we did in 2016, but logistically it proved that it was possible. Reflecting on what happened in 2016, if you look at the gala was requested on elaborate preparations, some very prominent members of the Hindu community came. One of them asked Rajarshi Prabhu, very dear, sort of unofficial member of the Guyanese yatra for many years, still inspired inspiration. They asked him, so Prabhu, all of these people, they trained in India? And Rajarshi Prabhu very calmly replied, no, they were trained this morning. And that's true. None of us at that time had been trained in India. I trained from him on head priest yesterday. And everyone else who just gave a crash course in the morning, just follow what we do. And it turned out quite nice. It was quite nice. Interestingly enough, a few months before, I got my first DSLR camera. Well, these pictures are out of that. I don't know how I managed to find these pictures after 10 years. Edited them. It was really an amazing experience. Like being here, I was very nervous. Being part of something like that was something. I still think it is like way above my pay grade. I feel very fortunate that 10 years later, I can continue to get part of this project. Not just by doing the ceremonies, but also by being part of the community, traveling and spending time with people. One thing I was reflecting on as came upon 10 years, and like if you were to ask me what do I do for my birthday, it's one of the most boring things ever. Like my wife, what do you want to do for your birthday? I said absolutely nothing. Do you want to go anywhere? No. Want to eat anything special? No. What do you want to do? I just want to be quiet by myself. It's so boring. And one of the reasons for that, I like to use significant milestones in my own life as a day of reflection. What were my accomplishments over the last year time frame? What things do I need to work on? And what things do I do better? What relationships do I need to put more effort into? Like that. And oftentimes, when we are sometimes just as a regular life, we tend to sometimes be very enamored by the very, very high points. When we tend to go over like fantastic ceremony we did yesterday. And oftentimes I find at these junctures, it is worthwhile to reflect on what have we accomplished over the last 10 years and celebrate that. Because it wasn't just a one-person thing, it was a community coming together, working together, despite difficulties. And there were very real difficulties that this project would have undergone over the last 10 years after it's moving across from just down the road to here. And also, what should we work on as a community? How have we, if we have at all, drifted from, there's a term I've been playing with my head, that's a term that is especially relevant to non-profit organizations and religious institutions. It's a phenomenon called mission drift. If we look at the profile, we would have set certain core values that you want this organization to run by. One of them is to bring its members closer to the primary entity, Krishna, to disseminate knowledge as taught in Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, the seven purposes, which is the most great. And I find often it's worthwhile to reflect. What do we have to do differently to meet those purposes? And how can we do that in a very real way? So I was just thinking about those things, that evaluation that has to take place during the life of a project to make sure that we stay true to our core values and core principles. And one thing I would say is that there's a lot of hope here that Srila Prabhupada wanted to prashad and distribute and provide. And I've seen it for festivals over the years, and it's something that amazes me. That before the festival even starts, we'll distribute about 500 to 1,000 bucks prashad in the market. Just randomly. And things like that quotes are distributed on a nice day. It's one of the best stock quotes that is always being replenished over the years. But still, it's worthwhile to reflect all the other things that we do as well. Not just give it to others, but give it to ourselves. Somehow reflect on what Anacheta was mentioned about in the past as well. So again, I feel very fortunate to have been part of this project from its inception, coming across to this place. I feel very fortunate to continue to be part of this project. And I think my closeness to this project have grown over the last 10 years. And I hope I can still continue to be able to use some of the story and bring your lessons to them.
Thank you, Shantavirabhu, for sharing some short memories of their experience here, and also little in terms of their realization of what should be our mood during these festivals or these milestone events. I'd like to invite our dear Prabhu to please come forward. Both himself, Mataji, and Mataji Aditi and the entire family have been pillars of support, even over 10 years, more than 10 years. We're very grateful to have you this evening with us.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Om Shri Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Brothers and sisters, to speak to you, I will get emotional because most of you here have known what we came from and where we are today. This place is when our young people, you can come here in the morning or the evening, do prayer, arti,
if you want to see transformation, please make effort. I think that is the downfall of people, because we want everything and we don't want to make sacrifice. Nothing comes without sacrifice. And I implore on you, even when you don't come to the temple and you're at home, you can start do some meditation, do some prayer. I want to congratulate the management. All the, look at Prabhupada, look at the youth he has, youths he has with him. It means that there is continuity. Look at every week there's an event going on here. Every week. I just want to remind you all, I know those of us who are here are committed, but let's get our other brothers and sisters involved. If we do not do that, then we defeat the whole purpose of Sri, our founder. Because he left India, right? We have come, Hindus have come from a strong heritage, and we do not value it. Please, I'm sorry if I hurt anyone tonight, but I'm telling you, because somebody has to do it. And I am, I Shiva. I learned from a little kid, when you want to always walk with food, so you will ask the question. Some of us have too much pride to ask the question, right? So you ask the food and you do it for you, right? So it wouldn't be embarrassing. Please, do not feel like that. Feel that you are part of us, and I'm telling you from my heart, whenever you come here, there is always love. There is always love. And please enjoy it. Right? Not only goes anyhow. Look at everybody is inspired. Everybody is doing something. And you know what? For the sustenance of this organization, nothing can run without people. So your involvement is meaningful. Please, sometimes from the day will not ask, but you should know when you come. Whenever you have a spirit learning, you come and do something else. It will be acceptable. Anyway, Hare Krishna, I want to thank you all, and we have seen 10 years what has happened in this institution. And many lives have changed. Many lives have changed. Many families have changed. And so I implore and I ask, I pray to Bhagavan Krishna that we all come on board and change our lives and see what sacrifice you are bringing to us. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare.
Thank you very much, Guru. So you see, it's as much as the gratitude dinner, and over some responsibilities also. We have to come on board, and the project has to expand. There has to be continuity, sustenance of the programs and all the activities. So thank you. I'd like to humbly invite our dear Jagannath Prabhu to please come and share a few thoughts, after which will be a short video clip, followed by a presentation by the most humble His Grace Anand Chaitanya Prabhu, who is visiting Gayana for the first time. So over to our dear Jagannath Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I guess I was trying to figure out when I attended university here, and my university number starts with 2. So imagine that in 44 years I passed it. So I can tell you what I'm saying before. I guess a decade is something to celebrate. But when you look at what was set up here, yes, we're celebrating a decade, but this what you have set here, I want to teach that I recall attending some of the meetings at the beginning and then dropping out and coming back, and there's lots of things happening along my side. What you have set up here is not, while you're celebrating a decade, this is for much more, this is like you. This thing was set up for a lifetime. And I don't think it's one lifetime, many lifetimes. This is going to pass on. A lot of us here, and that's, I can say, a lot of us here, I don't know, I know that I'm upset to come. But this, what you have done here, I want to say congratulations from my name and the team that conceptualized this whole project. I remember when you started and the little meeting you had, I think the building was below. A little building below. Which this stage of building, even when you were installing the gate here, the guard says you were seeing incomplete. It was still kind of in construction phase. And even today, you're still building and constructing and adding to it. So I want to say congratulations to the team of Bad Dave, overseeing Dr. Shaka, inspiring all the girls who keep moving, and the rest. The persons who meet here, I remember coming here every day to the evening before the class get this up and running. So this was the nice picture that I would have taken out. There was one day. I think we should have a picture of congratulating the development of this process. And we will see what they would have built and this sacrifice. A lot of persons would have made. And I'm sure I would come here and tell you what had happened from the start and how this project conceptualized and where to go and all these things. We realized that a lot of persons were involved. But the inspiration behind this whole process, I can tell you. When I heard, sometimes already what I say, when I heard that the left school, when we called and then invited to temple, not much of a formal education as some of us we had had, or fortunate to have had. Then see it today. I guess whenever you have the inspiration of the Lord, He is going to guide you, He's going to take you through. I was listening to a program yesterday, and as my brother was saying, if you're not Krishna in your home, He's not going to guarantee that you won't have a storm, but He's going to guarantee that you get past the storm. And I think that's something we should all go in here. You know that you have Krishna in your home to take you through all the storms and life comes along. Finally, I just want to say congratulations again, Babu, Mataji, and all those who have worked very hard to reach those fancy pictures that we are seeing on the screen. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Jagnaran Prabhu. I'm sure 40 years or how many years ago you were traversing the university road, you never expect that one Krishna temple or Krishna temple will manifest here. It just goes to show the power and blessings of your Lordship Sri Sri Paramakaranitai Gaurachandra. How this entire community here, this business junction was transformed by your mercy. And quite an interesting analogy you give. But if you have Krishna, if you're in the boat, you have Krishna in there, it doesn't mean that you will not face challenges and difficulties. So, very profound lesson for us that we have to have the determination and willpower to weather the storm, and by continuously taking shelter of Krishna. And one of the ways we do that is through the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let us turn our attention over here. Our Kirtan Prabhu has prepared a brief video presentation. I myself not sure what it's all about, but I'm thinking you can guess by now. So let's see our technical team who will bring his thoughts. Hare Krishna. Let us put our hands together for this brief presentation, but I'm sure you've gotten a fair glimpse of the entire proceedings. You see the moving of your lordships coming over on a most wonderful journey through Forest Street. Then the live Yagya setting here, they are in the temple room. Yes, even so many works were still ongoing when the Lord actually moved in. I think Jagannath was mentioned, even on the upper floors, still there was so much to do. And very importantly, we also can recognize and count our blessings that His Grace Kratu Maharaj, who now recently, just over a week ago, departed this world. He was here for this Mandir Provision ceremony, and he performed the first arti, was the Gaura arti to Shri Shri Paramakarnitai or Chandra right here. So, and it all happened so quickly. He just came for one day and was there for this service. We had his association and then went. So, we can see how fortunate we are to have, for this program, the blessings and the mercy of one of Srila Prabhupada's our disciples. At this time, I would like to introduce and welcome His Grace Ananda Chaitanya Prabhu, who we have been very blessed to have his association over the past week or so. Ananda Chaitanya Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Shivram Swami Maharaj, joined the movement for a few decades, served in many capacities, has served extensively at Bhaktivedanta Manor in London. Last 10 years he moved to Hungary and being serving there at our Budapest Center. Of course, traveling now, he is currently on his sannyas candidate list to receive sannyas initiation. So I welcome His Grace Ananda Chaitanya Prabhu this evening as we hear this final presentation from him before he leaves.
Hare Krishna. Omagyanatiyandasya Gyananjana Sharakaya Chakshurumalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guru. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Unfortunately, I'm going tomorrow with a heavy heart. It's been a short but very sweet stay. And yeah, it's my first time here in Gayana. And just amazing to see so many wonderful devotees. I was just talking to Prabhupada Devpur this afternoon, just saying how sweet and soft-hearted, loving, and very welcoming the Guyanese are. So it's very wonderful. Hopefully I'll be able to return soon. But I was reflecting on my own youth, and we used to go to the temple. So we would say that we're going to the mandir. So I was reflecting on what this word means, mandir. Man means, it's a Sanskrit word of course, composed of two words. Man means mind, and dir means heal, to become steady, to become still, to become peaceful. So one reason why I used to visit the temple when I was young is because yes, it was such a wonderful, peaceful atmosphere. And I think that's the reason why many people come. They visit the temple to become peaceful, to become calm. The mandir is an oasis, away from all of the loudness, the distractions, all of the busyness of the modern world. And you come to the temple, and it's an environment where you can be peaceful, where you can be calm, where there's no more distractions. So yes, this is one function of a temple. This is one function of the mandir. But it doesn't just stop there. This is the basic function of the temple. Actually, the reason we come to the temple is one thing is the mind. One thing is to find a healthy body, a healthy mind. Or more importantly, most deeply, to find the home of the soul. So Srila Prabhupada came in order to give this spiritual science. This philosophy, this knowledge, this wisdom doesn't just speak to the body. It doesn't just speak to the mind, but it speaks to our very selves, our fundamental selves. So this is not a philosophy which is actually just for Hindus. This is a philosophy, this is a body of knowledge, a body of wisdom, which is relevant for humanity. Because nowhere in the Vedic literatures is the word Hindu present. Doesn't exist. This is Sanatan Dharma. Means it's the eternal religion of the soul. It is relevant for every single living entity on this planet. And so what we're providing here are spiritual solutions to life's fundamental problems. Yes, but we're providing a scientific process by which we can understand God. God is a universal term. There's not a person on the planet who doesn't know the word God. But who is God? What is His name, His form, His qualities, His abode, His associates, and His pastimes? This is a body of knowledge and wisdom by which we can understand all of these things, and most importantly, we can connect with that person. So 10 years ago, in this very place, we invited their lordships, Param Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra, into this temple. And there was, of course, the Prana Pratishta ceremony, the rituals by which we invite the Lord to the temple. We invite Him here to Georgetown, Gayana, and say, Lord, please come, please reside here, and give us the privilege of worshipping You. But it doesn't stop there. Every day is a Prana Pratishta ceremony. Every minute, every moment is a Prana Pratishta ceremony. Because as we chant the holy names in their presence, and as we go out and share these names with the people of Gayana, as we go out, as was mentioned before, we share prasadam, we share the holy name, and we share wisdom about them. This is the real Prana Pratishta ceremony. And as we do this more and more, then actually their lordships become more and more present. It isn't a case of they're present or they're not. They are present, but they become more and more and more present over time. And their effect then mercy, which is overflowing, becomes even more overflowing. And then you think, can it become more? And then it does. And it's ever increasing, there's no stopping. It's unlimited. So, Prabhupada Dev mentioned a 10-year plan. We've had 10 years. And now we have the next 10 years. But they're here for 10,000 years. So we should, as well as having a 10-year plan, we should have a 100-year plan, and we should have a 1,000-year plan, and a 10,000-year plan. And at some point, and this is not 10,000 years, because 10,000 years is a long time, but at some point every person in Gayana should know about everyone should know about them. Everyone should know something about them. And in this way, Krishna consciousness and the Hare Krishna mantra should be a household name. So, I feel so fortunate to be here amongst all of you. I'd really like to thank Prabhupada Dev Guru. Number one, just on a personal level, for his smile. He's smiling now. His laugh is infectious. But even more importantly, him and his family, and there's a core group of devotees here. And I've just been here for a few days, but it's very evident. There's a core group of devotees here who are giving their lives. Who are giving their lives to the service of Parama Karuna and Georgetown. Who are giving their lives in the service of Srila Prabhupada, and who are giving their lives in the service of the Guyanese people. Serving them by giving them love, by giving them care, by giving them attention, being there in their good times and in their tough times, and giving them Krishna consciousness, which is the greatest gift that anyone can give. So, as was mentioned by Prabhu, I'd like to also encourage everyone in this room, and everyone not in this room, maybe somebody watching online, to join in, to support, to join in this mission, because this mission gives our lives meaning, a deeper meaning, and it gives the lives of others real meaning. So I'd like to thank you, Prabhu. I'd like to thank everyone here for all of your service. It's amazing, it's inspiring, and I hope that we continue to go from strength to strength. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Parama Karuna Nitai Gaurachandra ki jai.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Chaitanya Prabhu. It has been very inspiring to have your association, to hear from you the last few days. And I would say we are especially blessed that you just chose, you just reached out, and you said that you would like to visit Gayana. And actually, talking to you, you said you had this desire long now. So we're very happy that you have extended and visited here. And yes, I thought what you were sharing is very special, very important for us. Mandir, despite we may see a huge temple with all the externals, but it's also a great lot depends on us how we mold our internals and really invite the mood of the mandir of temple as an opportunity for us to calm our minds and serve, dedicate our lives more and more to Srila Prabhupada, to Krishna consciousness. So I'd like to thank all the devotees who came forward and shared reflections, inspirations, encouragement this afternoon. And we're just closing this aspect of the program, coming on to the end. And I would like to invite Prabhupada to give us a brief highlight. Today is the 8th of June, and just bear in mind, 8th of July is exactly 1 month from now. So I'd like to ask you to share with us what is going to happen, or what is expected to happen on the 8th of July onwards.
Hare Krishna. I think you had this yesterday already, for those of you who were here. I shared this yesterday, for just those of you who weren't here yesterday. This is the invitation for the 5 days festivity, which there have been a lot of highlights, a lot of discussion, lots of meetings. Many of you here are in some committee or the other, putting together 5 days festivity. And we announced yesterday, which again we're encouraging you, that this year we're developing another strategy, a more direct one, where we are requesting you, or dear well-wisher friends, members, to take a few of these invitations and give it to your friend, your colleague, your relative, your family, your neighbor, your villagers, and send those names to us. So there will be a table downstairs we will collect. Of course, you will receive an invitation for yourself who weren't here yesterday. And you will take a few invitations for those persons who you want to invite. Leave your name, leave how many number of invitations you're going to take. And as soon as you deliver the invitation to someone, you send us their name and their phone number, and our communication team here will reach out during the month with those persons to see which day they are desirous of attending at least one of the 5 days festivities. So the festivities are the first day on the 8th of July, which, as she said, exactly a month from now, will be honoring ISKCON International, 60 years since Srila Prabhupada would have incorporated International Society in New York in July of 1966 in New York City. Keep in mind that Prabhupada said ISKCON International Society for Krishna Consciousness, but in 1966 there was no temple. There was no international anything. So how could he say International Society for Krishna Consciousness? So come on the 8th of July, you will learn, you will see some videos and you will get some ideas on that. On the Thursday the 9th, we will be honoring 50 years since ISKCON would have been incorporated here in Gayana, and side by side honoring Guyana's 60 years of independence from a spiritual or religious point of view, which should be an interesting one. What is it that we are going to do in honoring Guyana's 60 years of independence? Especially you see so many propaganda and so many things over all these years. Depends on which party in power, what they do for independence on a political point of view. Friday the 10th will be honoring ISKCON HTSC, Nimai Pandit, NPSC/HTSC, 20 years of preaching since we were started preaching here. 2006, myself and my family would have moved up here, and a few devotees would have joined us, and that's how we would have started. So that will be another interesting one. On Saturday the 11th, we'll be honoring Lord Jagannath Rathayatra, Festival of the Chariot, and that means also 20 years of Georgetown East Coast East Bank annual Rathayatra. The first Rathayatra was at Everest. That was the first visit of the first time His Holiness Bhaktimarga Swami, Ajahn Prabhu, and quite a few other devotees would have started to visit Gayana. On July 12th, which will be the grand final of the 5 days festival, we'll be honoring HTSC 10th inaugural anniversary. As you said, those were the official days that we would have celebrated or honored, opened the official inauguration of the temple here. So those are the 5 days festivals. We have devotees from all over the world who are already booked to be here. We have the ongoing festival committee of 22 to 25 persons. And recently, just to do justice to each one of those days, we formed 5 committees, separate, specific or special committees that will only in charge to look into specific days of the celebration. The committee is organizing ISKCON's 60th anniversary festival. They are only doing that. So just to make sure that we give justice to that, The 4 programs will be right here at the temple. Only the Gayana Ratayatra Festival will parade on the highway from Success to ISKCON, and they will set up for the stage program at the ISKCON Tarma. And of course that will be Saturday, so it will be a grand Maha Prasadam distribution, Harinam at Manipur's market. And then of course the stage program at ISKCON Tarma. It is something that none of us will want to miss out. We have a month in preparation. We cannot count a month, let us count 3 weeks. From tomorrow, we will get back full swing into the completion and improvement works that we are doing, which we will want to shoot for the next 3 weeks. The entire temple right the way around from the dome coming down will be fully painted. And a lot of the improvement work that we have been doing, the tiling under the shed out here, and many works around the building and the kitchen and all that, we will be endeavoring to complete within this next 3 weeks. After that, whatever remains will continue. It is not that we are in any pressure or any rush with anything. The building can be used as it is. As you saw, whatever happened for this last 2-3 days, it can be used. It's not like we're building a new building and we have to finish the whole thing, no. So just to get that clear, we humbly requesting a lot of self-help, a lot of support, especially in promoting the festival, giving out the invitations from tomorrow. We need devotees to go out in village to village and start to invite all of our guests and invitees. Thousands of invitation flyers will be available to give out. Those of you who like to make contributions, as we said yesterday, towards the improvement work, there are needs there. Towards this festival, with bringing in the priests and everything else, there's continuous spending and bringing in 30 plus devotees for the next festival next month. Special kirtanyas and swamis, gurus and like that. You can sponsor a devotee ticket, for example, a kirtan devotee or somebody who is coming to assist in organizing, or a swami. Or you can contribute vegetable, grocery, fruits towards the festivity, or you can give your time. You just call us and say, you know, I can give 2 days a week, a day a week, or I can give 4 hours or 2 hours, you know, so many times per week over the next month. And then especially again during the festival, we will need a lot of self-help. So those are some ideas that many more things will come out with those of you who attend our meetings. Many more details will be here. So thank you very much. Please collect your invitation. So let us all move around a little. If you want to take some pictures, gradually you can go down to the Bhojan hall. The tables are all set. You only have to go wash your hands and sit, and your dinner will come to your tables wherever you are seated. And we see you back soon. Sunday is, of course, a shorter version of Sunday program here Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon we'll be getting an opportunity to see the Snana Yatra, bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath at our praying temple, beginning from 1:30 p.m. On the 27th will be our first Jagannath Ratha Yatra in the country on the west side, Lenore area, and of course the next 2 weeks will follow by our festival here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Lord Shri Shri Paramahansa Gaura Chandra ki. Hare Krishna. We'd like to thank His Grace Ananda Chaitanya Prabhu to be here with us. It's by Krishna's grace he came in and added to the festivity. We want to thank His Grace Rupa Goswami Prabhu who just boarded his flight back to London, if his flight went on time. And we want to express our gratitude to His Grace Shantavidra Prabhu, His Grace Mahapati Prabhu, and our dear young priest Vishnu Sakra Prabhu, Shantan and Mahapati from Trinidad, Vishnu Sakra from Suriname. Put your hands together for them and the wonderful services. And we beg of the three of you to please collect extra invitations. maybe have to pay for extra bar and invite all the devotees in the yaksha to be here for the 5-day festival. Without being miserly to anyone. Even give your pujari invitation. And we will want to come and sit. And don't organize your Rati Yaksha a week before, after Georgetown Rati Yaksha. Next time. So go and tell the Saranam people, because all they're telling us now that they have Rati Yaksha the week after. How come we have Rati Yaksha the week after? We do Rati Yaksha in September. So whatever it is, everybody have to come for Georgetown Rati Yaksha, otherwise no Gayana is going to Saranam Rati Yaksha. Fair enough? Thank you very much. So free mixing, we'll take some pictures with Srila Prabhupada. I'll take the first picture with Anand Chaitanya Prabhu Shanta, Pujari and Pujaris. That's good. The rest of you, everybody, are free. You can free mixing, greeting one another. And please go down for the dinner.
They can see books.
Albol!
Saka.
When I was born in London. London, I was born in Stratford, and then I joined Gayana, so I spent 10 years in Rotterdam. And now I've been living for 10 years in Budapest, Hungary.
Yes, I just heard.
I'd like to show you these pictures very quickly.
Can I get picture? One picture, one. Just one. Two pictures, one with me.
You go?
Thank you. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, gosh.
All right, Prabhu.